Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen at Texas Stadium in Irving, getting ready for the second half. 10-3 New England. It's a playoff type game.
Boy, it sure is a playoff type game. A lot of excitement on the field, and the statistics, which we'll give a chance to show you later, favoring, of course, New England. But 3 big plays. A penalty which negated. There we go. There's 7-point possibilities on that touchdown run by Grogan, and 2 blocked field goals. We're back to action.
Horace Ivory takes the kickoff for New England. We begin the second half at the 20. Ivory wiggling to the 25. And finally hauled down at the 22, and a flag is down. And a couple of wild swinging forearms in that melee.
This is not the kind of football game that you'd like to get called for a 15-yarder in, and it's been one of the cleanest football games we've seen in a long time. Also, 2 teams with great poise. Only 1 penalty, as we mentioned, in that whole first half, and that one came on the touchdown run by Grogan. Was a minor infraction that kept them from keeping those points.
Personal foul against New England, and they're going to open the second half deep in their own end. That's what you don't want to do against the defending Super Bowl champions. Look at those halftime stats.
There they are. Let's look at them. Of course, the biggest difference on the stat board there is the yards rushing. The Patriots have been able to run the ball effectively against the Cowboys, and every team that's beaten the Cowboys this year has been able to run the ball effectively inside. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Cowboys have made, whether they can shut it off. Of course, you see the turnovers even at 1-1, but as we said, the 3 big plays of the first half are not on that statistic sheet. The 2 blocked field goals, which put pressure again, maybe forced the missed kick by Posey at the end, and the penalty that kept them from getting that touchdown.
New England opens at its own 11-yard line, leading 10-3. Andy Johnson gets 3 yards to the 14. You can feel the Texas Stadium crowd trying to help that Cowboy defense. Randy White, Harvey Martin, those 2 names don't need a lot of help. Reset the New England offensive unit. Grogan at quarterback, Johnson and Cunningham as running backs. Cunningham a 52-yard touchdown run first half. Stanley Morgan, Harold Jackson, the speedy wide receivers. Reliable, tough tight end Russ Francis, 81. Offensive line, Gray, Hanna, Lenkaitis, Adams, and Jordan. Hanna appeared to have a brilliant first half.
A lot of Cowboy watchers here saying they'd never seen Randy White handled one-on-one like he's been handled today.
There's Harold Jackson, a quick out and a first down at the 23-yard line. The Cowboy defense respecting the deep threat of both Jackson and Morgan, and that gives Jackson that quick out and a first down.
Randy White told me he'd been having trouble handling the pass protection block on a play-action type pass. You see Hanna going to the legs there, and he's not being handled really one-on-one. Let's give him a little credit. That's Dr. Bill Lenkaitis, the center, coming over to help Hanna. They obviously respect the pass rushing ability of number 54, Randy White, tremendously.
Morgan left, Jackson right. Up the middle, Cunningham. Ed Jones bulldogs him down at the 28-yard line, but not until Cunningham has about 5 on first down.
A lot of people in the New England area asking early in the season, what's wrong with Sam Cunningham? Not tearing off those big chunks of yardage. He's getting that yardage today. Ed Jones, Larry Cole, Randy White, Harvey Martin, same defensive front 4 they started with. Henderson, Brunig, and D.D. Lewis, the linebackers. Defensive backs, the same again as the beginning. Barnes, Kyle, Waters, and Harris, the 2 safeties.
New England trying to protect its record of not having lost on the road all year. They're 6-0. No other unbeaten team in the NFL away from home. Johnson acting almost as if he wanted to throw. Tied up by Henderson, fumbles out of bounds at the 25. So a loss as Johnson could not turn the corner. Thomas Henderson from Langston, Oklahoma, first-round draft pick, shut off the corner.
Offensive guard, not the kind of place you get much publicity, but John Hanna's going to get quite a bit if he continues to play today the way he has in this first part of the game. You see him out in front of the play, but Henderson doing a great job of getting under the block there of Hanna and forcing the stop for a loss, and you see a great hit there that had that been in the inbounds a little further, they might have been able to recover that fumble, Dick.
Passing situation, 3rd down, 7. Grogan just gets it to Morgan. Aaron Kyle coming up. It was that little hesitation. Kyle wondering, should I go for the intercept or be sure that I make the tackle? He went for the tackle, and New England has another first down.
I think one of the things that allowed this passes to be successful is the strength of Grogan's arm. He really zips that pass. I think Kyle felt he could get up there in time to knock it away, but it came so quickly between the quarterback and Stanley the Steamer that Morgan was able to get his hands on it first. And I bet Aaron Kyle is saying, boy, I can't let him have that much room.
Merlin Olsen, that's where the pro scouts, when they look at collegiate quarterbacks, they're saying, hey, does he have the ability to throw the long out pass?
Absolutely. And Tony Dorsett, you see his stats on the sideline there. But
Cunningham breaking tackles and ripping across the 40 to about the 41 before Henderson, traversing the field, can make the stop.
Russ Francis, not only a great pass-catching tight end, but one of his responsibilities is to block for the runners like Sam Cunningham. Watch him, number 81, right here, coming off the line, getting a shot right there on number 56, Henderson, getting a little extra shot from Henderson. You see Cunningham realizing there's no hole inside. He just made the yardage on his own on the outside. He's a great runner. What tremendous balance and speed for a big man.
Indeed, a great high school athlete, set the national scholastic record. He threw the javelin nearly 260 feet as an 18-year-old. Inside it goes to Johnson on a trap. Not much there. 43-yard line short of the first down. Let's review all the scores. So many important games today in the National Football League. In case you missed them earlier, here they are. All final scores. Miami shut out Washington, putting pressure on New England. Cincinnati, a big win, a disappointing loss for the Falcons. The Rams winning another close one against the Giants in New York. Jets still alive as they take Baltimore. Green Bay and Minnesota are still tied for first place as the Packers win. Kansas City nip Buffalo 14-10. Minnesota 28-27 over the Eagles, winning in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 2. Grogan under pressure. Wide open. Jackson. Did he have it? Yes! At the 41-yard line. Jackson able to cradle that ball and keep his feet down. And we have an injured Patriot on the play.
Sam Adams, I think, got his wind knocked out. But what a great pass and what a superb catch by little Harold Jackson. I say little, but boy, when he makes a catch like that, he is a big man. Grogan under pressure here. They're getting the pressure on him right there. Got the ball off perfectly. But Jackson had to make a superb grab on that. You see the official right on the spot, able to discern that he had not his feet in that case, had his knees in. Made it a legal catch.
And it was a cradle catch. Yep. That was the literal loaf of bread catch as he went out of bounds.
Carried it right out.
Harold Jackson rapidly becoming one of the all-time pass catchers. Cunningham on first down, big hole. And then it closes as slowing up the play was Waters from safety, and Kyle finished him off, number 25. Rest of the scores for you. St. Louis beats the Lions 21-14, scored a fourth quarter touchdown. New Orleans over San Francisco. Pittsburgh and Houston at 3-3 halftime score. Seattle, after jumping out to a 21-0 lead, now leading 23-10 at the half over the Browns. Loser probably out of the playoffs. And we gave you that final earlier. Minnesota 28, Philadelphia 27. Grogan play action. Going long for Francis. He's open. Ooh. Just a half stride too far from Grogan. Waters and Harris, and they were beaten by the big 6'6" tight end from Oregon.
Even though they respect his speed, I'm sure the two of them were saying, good grief, he can't run this fast, can he? Watch the pass here, and watch Francis stretching with everything he has enough room on them. That's Waters reaching out, both safeties on him. He almost had his hands on that football. What a tremendous catch that would have been. Another angle. You see how close it was. I bet there's not more than 3 or 4 inches. And let's take one more shot at it. You see the football descending just beyond the outreached hands. Oh, just a whisper.
Cameraman looking for a way he could catch that one, apparently. We must have some New England fans here.
Maybe so, Dick.
On 3rd down and 8. Going again for the bomb. Harold Jackson. And Benny Barnes had him cut off rather neatly. So, 2 long bombs by Grogan. They cannot connect, and for the first time in the game, veteran Gerald Wilson comes in to punt for New England. That gives you an idea of the ball control of the Patriots in the first half. They did not have to punt the football. Butch Johnson will drift back to return for Dallas.
Gerald Wilson a little concerned today. He has an eye infection, and when I saw him yesterday, hardly able to see. His eye is terribly red. We may keep an eye on him, see how he's able to handle that snapback. He said, I'm seeing 2 or 3 footballs at times, and I've just got to hope that I can catch the right one.
That's right into the eyes of Wilson from Butch Johnson's point of view. Fair catch. Oh, it took a New England bounce out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Well, red eyes and all, he didn't have any problem doing a great job with that one. They'll mark it on the 5-yard line.
I think he was looking right, kicking down the middle, and it went out to the left. We'll be back. 10-3 New England, early third quarter.
This is one of the most advanced motor cars ever built, and it's equipped with one of the most advanced car stereos ever built. It's by Craig. Who else? A power play cassette system, AM/FM road-rated receiver with digital station readout that becomes an electronic digital clock when the radio is off. And it's designed to fit virtually anything you can drive. The DeLorean sports car is not available yet, but the Craig stereo is. Just see your Craig dealer. Who else?
Wow!
Sit down, Krebs.
Sorry, Teach. I didn't know the gum was loaded.
You didn't know Freshen Up was loaded with flavor.
He didn't know the gum was loaded. But who expected all this taste? He didn't know the gum was loaded. Hey, ordinary gum, this ain't.
Didn't you know Freshen Up loads delicious gum with refreshing liquid flavor boosters?
Now I do.
Freshen Up.
It's loaded
with flavor.
We have nothing in common, you know.
We have enough.
Cindy Williams stars in Ross Hunter's Suddenly Love, a bittersweet drama, Monday on NBC.
Cowboys pinned into their own end at the 5-yard line. Drew Pearson to the left, 2 tight ends in. Veteran Jackie Smith on the right side, Dupree on the left side for Staubach. Dorsett and Laidlaw in the eye. Laidlaw. And he squirts through for about 5, maybe 6 yards. That's a big first down carry for the young running back.
Obviously, the Patriots have to be concerned about the outside run by Dorsett. On that play, they started everything outside and then handed it back to Laidlaw, who'd taken a quick step and then came back against the grain. A little misdirection play to try and take advantage of the great pursuit of that New England defense.
35 Laidlaw, 75 as a rookie, gained only 10 yards rushing. He was hurt. 76 gained 424 yards. Hurt last year had only 15 yards rushing. Had a big game last week against Washington. Down after a yard gain is Laidlaw, 35. He had over 100 yards rushing in the first half against the Redskins last week when the Cowboys piled up an offense of over 500 yards against Washington.
Sugar Bear Hamilton, number 71, made a great play on that last one as they ran the same play going the other direction, faking again to Dorsett to the right this time. Hamilton read it perfectly, made a quick reaction. Going to be 3rd and about 3. Here's a quick shot for you. Watch him now. He reads the play to the outside first, then sees the play coming back and gets across to shut Laidlaw down. That's a fine job on the nose.
A lot of quick for 245 pounds. Staubach will pass on 3rd and 3. Gets it to Preston Pearson and a first down at the 21. Tackle made by 52 Steve King. Preston Pearson, his 40th catch of the year.
We showed you the kind of time that New England has been giving Grogren, and certainly we've got to pass along a few plaudits to John Fitzgerald, who's working on Sugar Bear Hamilton, number 71. Fitzgerald here taking him on right at the line of scrimmage, gets his hands on him, neutralizes him, stays with him, buying time for Staubach. You see number 68 there waiting for his chance to help. That's Scott waiting for a chance to help, but he didn't get one. Fitzgerald did too good a job.
The toss is to Laidlaw. Oh, met in a hurry by Sam Hunt. 6'1" and 253, perhaps the heaviest linebacker in the NFL, and he can still move. He got out there right now.
Well, talking to John Fitzgerald, he said, you know, we were watching the film, and big Sam Hunt got down in there next to Sugar Bear Hamilton. He said he blocked out the sun. He said he looked twice as big as Sugar Bear did. You see Sam coming off. They like to take him out of there on the pass situations. Well, now he's going back in. Go back in there. Go to work. You don't get any rest.
The reason now he's coming back out. Nelson came off limping. Steve Nelson, caustic 55, a speedier linebacker in for Hunt. They look pass, they get pass. Up the middle, wide open. Number 80, Tony Hill, a second-year receiver, tackled by Rod Schode of Oklahoma, very close to a first down. I believe he has it.
Hill, of course, has had an outstanding year. And great ability for this young man. Little play action fake there. Staubach able to get back again. Has time to throw that football. Hill had faked to the outside, broke across inside. Almost made a mistake here, however. He almost got back behind the yardage he needed for that first down.
And also a penalty against New England for a holding.
Now that would have obviously got more than the 10 yards, so let's go down and listen to it.
Delay a game, 12 men on the field, defense, penalty declined, first down.
Hunt never did get completely off the field. He was in that revolving door he was in, then out, then in, and then out, and doesn't really matter. They had the first down on the catch anyway. They work on Nelson's right knee. That is not a good picture. First down at the 31. The Cowboys started this drive at their own 5. They trail 10-3. Less than 7 minutes left, third quarter. Dorsett. Oh, he's a beautiful runner. Fumble! And a scramble at the 37. Patriots say they have it. They don't. Dallas falls on it.
That's twice today that Dorsett has dropped the football when he's been tagged. But I have never seen a runner with better acceleration at the point when he decides to go than Tony Dorsett. Watch him here, drifting to the outside, got his eyes to the inside, right there, makes his decision, and just shoots up through there, gets hit right. That's Tim Fox. That's number 48. Roger Staubach said he'd never seen a safety hit any harder than Tim Fox, and you get an idea of what that kind of devastating hit can do right there.
Fumble cost about 3 yards to the Cowboys, so it's 2nd and 5 now. Too much time as Staubach exceeded the 30-second limit, so a delay of game goes against Dallas. No, they say illegal procedure is the call. The result will be the same, a 5-yard deficit for the Cowboys. We get word from Houston that Earl Campbell has just brought that Astrodome crowd to its feet. He has returned to the field. He's not in the game as yet, but just the fact that he's in all in one part has pleased his faithful fans of Houston, and let's hope that's a sign that Campbell will be back in action.
Both Swan and Campbell then examined, x-rayed, and allowed to go back to the field. Good news for both of those teams. And 2 fine players. I think every player in the game, and certainly the folks at home, want to see those great players perform. We don't want to see them hurt.
Preston Pearson in the backfield, good pass receiver, 2nd and 10 for Staubach. Knocked in the air, and Staubach may have saved a touchdown. Rod Schode batting the ball in the air, and had not Staubach gotten in the way of Schode, I believe he would have caught that one for a touchdown. He was in a direct line toward the goal line.
Schode very quick, able to be on top of Staubach before he could get that ball away. An excellent job by the blitzing linebacker. Schode coming from the right side of your picture here. Watch how quickly he's in on top of Staubach. You see him showing up right there, Schode up to bat that ball. And I think you're right, Dick. Had he not had to go right over the top of Staubach, he would have been able to follow right along and pick it up, carry it in for the touchdown.
It was plenty high enough, about 25 feet in the air. So out of the shotgun, Staubach needs 10 for a first down. Plenty of time, wide open. But Preston Pearson at the 41-yard line doesn't have that long of fingernails. Staubach, in fairness to him, his right index finger has been bruised, might even be a chipped fracture. We saw him yesterday. He had tape on. He said, it hurts me even to shake hands. Not the kind of guy who would ever complain about it. But when you consider the index finger of your passing hand, that's really your control. And as you release, you're snapping off that finger. Has to be bothering him.
Well, I talked to Roger about his hands. Looking at his hands, he's got the hands of a lineman. You know, if he pointed his hand out to show you directions, you wouldn't know which way to go. We just got word that Steve Nelson has gone in for some x-rays. That's not good news, but we would hope to see him shortly. We certainly hope that's not a serious injury on Steve's part.
Danny White booms one to Morgan at the 20. Gets a couple of blocks, but it's going to need more. Now he has some running room and tripped up. Saving a possible long gainer was D.D. Lewis.
That's D.D. Lewis, who snaps the ball on the punt team down beautifully to protect on a long return.
No score yet in the second half. New England holding on to a 10-3 lead. 6 minutes left, third quarter.
From the Cape to the Gulf, they know how to cook up a good time.
Beer makes it good. Hey, look, we There's no debate.
Got a gumbo eating contest. Oh, what?
Beer makes it good. Schlitz makes it great.
11 million times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz.
Since 1849. There's no debate. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer. Schlitz makes it great.
1923, the first non-stop coast-to-coast flight made with Pennzoil. 1934, a new transcontinental speed record made with Pennzoil. Pennzoil goes the distance. Through the years, people have come to know and trust the quality in this bright yellow can. And today, Pennzoil still stands the test of quality. It's all there in the bright yellow can. Pennzoil, always worth asking for.
The upset-minded Baltimore Colts take on Terry Bradshaw and the playoff-bound Pittsburgh Steelers right after NFL 78, Saturday starting at 12:30 Eastern Time on NBC.
They were working on Stanley Morgan's ankle along the near sidelines. Don't forget football next Saturday and Sunday here on NBC, 12:30 Eastern Time for NFL 78. Features on Terry Bradshaw, Ray Guy, and Lance Allworth. And then you'll see the Colts and the Steelers. And of course for Baltimore, that's a game where they just ruin some plans for Pittsburgh. That's next Saturday, and of course then a full slate of action again on Sunday here on NBC. 6 minutes left, third quarter. Grogan and the Patriots at their own 28. Grogan passing on first down one of the few times to Francis. Breaking a tackle. Oh, look at the power as he drags 3 Cowboys to the 49 of Dallas. Aaron Kyle, Charlie Waters, and finally finishing off the play was Cliff Harris.
235 pounds, and he used every bit of it there to steal a little extra yardage. Has not had an overpowering season in terms of numbers, only 30 receptions on the year, but he is really a factor. He has tremendous respect from all the safeties around the league. And whether he is in the pattern or not, they've got to respect the fact that he can get deep on them.
Most interesting man, Francis, who flies single and twin-engine planes and once took his former adversary Phil Villapiano on an upside-down ride over in Hawaii just to make him respect his talents a bit more. That's Cunningham, caught by Ed Jones. Ed Jones reading a key, and he came crashing in on the back of Cunningham for a 3-yard loss.
Let's go down and take a look at Ed Too Tall Jones, 6'9". Watch him right there, number 72. Just shoots to the inside, coming hard right on the heels of Shelby, who's pulling on the play. And that's great quickness for the tall man. Just buries the back in the backfield. Big defensive play. 4-yard, 3-yard loss. Going to be second and 13 yards to go.
Jones was quoted as saying he really likes to play in the big games. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I think until he learns to play in all of the games, he's not going to get the kind of recognition he wants.
Grogan, second down, 13. Open is Morgan. Broken up nicely. Good defensive play as Aaron Kyle, third-year corner from the University of Wyoming, a Detroit native and a journalism major. He writes his own sports column for a suburban newspaper chain here in the Dallas area, and he'd have to like the way he punctuated that hit.
Going back to Ed Jones's comments about liking to play in the big games, I think when you put those numbers into the won and lost column, there is no such thing as a big game or a small game. And the great players are the players who play week in and week out, when they feel like it, when they don't feel like it, when they're hurt, when they're healthy. And certainly the great teams are those that are consistent and able to do the same thing.
Third down and 13. 47 of New England. Might be a blitz coming up from the Cowpokes. Nope. Grogan. Incomplete. Incomplete pass is crashing in. Martin from the right side and Jones from the left side. New England gives up the ball, and this crowd has a chance to enjoy.
One of the men that was in on that sack, number 72, Too Tall Jones. You'll get a chance to see him coming off the line right here. Stunning on the inside to try and put some pressure on Grogan. You see Too Tall battling with Shelby Jordan right there. Watch Harvey Martin off the block on the outside. And that's why you pay those quarterbacks a lot of money. I don't think I'd want them banging me around like that.
Boy, the human body is incredible. To take blows like that, that should rearrange your vertebral column.
Yeah, I'm afraid they're going to have to adjust him before they get him home tonight.
Gerald Wilson slaps one short, so Johnson will take it at the 21 and bring it back out close to the 30-yard line. Short kick. Cowboys at their own 30 with a timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third quarter. The Cowboy fans looking for a tying touchdown.
You're about to see something remarkable. Inkjet printing from IBM. A word processing breakthrough. In slow motion, see how ink is guided electronically to form letters of typewritten quality at speeds no typewriter can touch. Type, margins, and spacing are changed automatically. Envelopes and paper are fed automatically. Inkjet printing, part of IBM Office System 6. Fantastic.
Here we have a 1979 Dodge Omni with front-wheel drive, handy hatchback at the start of another day. Watch. There's a whole family taking off. Well, here comes Mom back, changing her duds. Let's see, she's putting plants at the upstairs windows. Nice job, Mom. Hey, Dad's home. Whoops, he's off again with his little leaguers. Back home again. Hope they won.
The new Dodge Omni does it all.
That's my Dodge.
Chuck Fairbanks introduced the wishbone at Oklahoma 1970. We'll see the Sooners and the Huskers in the Orange Bowl on January 1. Don't forget the Fiesta Bowl on Christmas Day, December 25th. Arkansas, UCLA from Tempe, Arizona. Pleased to have that as part of our NBC sports programming. Reverse set to the 38-yard line. The old Statue of Liberty type reverse. Gains about 8. And then, of course, the Rose Bowl on January 1. USC in Michigan. Very well, not knowing what's going to happen in the other bowl games, we could see the national champion coming out of that game as the Trojans and Wolverines do battle once again. Then our game, the Orange Bowl, Merlin and I will be down in Miami to see Nebraska and Oklahoma. Some say that Oklahoma might well be the best team in the nation. Nebraska said, we beat them.
That's a rematch, boy. That's going to be a good battle down there. Out of the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Laidlaw picks up the first down as he crosses the 40-yard line. On his back, Mel Lunsford from Central State, Ohio College.
Again, the same play as we've seen Staubach use again and again during the day. Faking to Dorsett around the outside. Little quick position step by Laidlaw, and coming back against the grain. They've made good yardage with it, especially in situations where they've had short yardage situations.
And a rather quiet third quarter. No scoring. 10-3. New England leads. 52-yard run by Cunningham, the only touchdown. First down throw by Staubach. Right there. Dorsett, 50. All the way to the 39 of New England. First down, Dallas.
And you feel this Dallas crowd come alive. Staubach's got them moving now. Two big plays. Of course, that play going for a nice chunky yardage, putting them on the 40-yard line. Let's pass out a few plaudits to the defense of the Cowboys, too. They've only given up 2 third-quarter touchdowns, and they've held New England relatively in check during the third quarter of this game, which is almost over. 2:09 left.
From the 40-yard line, first down for Dallas. Dorsett. Oh, watch this one. Going to go long, and they have Hill wide open. Touchdown. The staid, cool, collected Landry, an atypical play. A little flea flicker.
He's not afraid to go to the grab bag every now and again, too. Right here. Hands off to Dorsett. The old flea flicker. Flips it back. Staubach has all the time in the world. Hill all alone. Tim Fox running for everything he's worth. But Hill able to back his way into the end zone. Touchdown.
Now Septien trying to tie it out of Waters' hole. He just did squeak that one inside the right upright. And a flag is down.
And we got a penalty here on the kick.
All right. Kick is good. They'll penalize New England unsportsmanlike conduct on the ensuing kickoff. So a new game in Irving's Texas Stadium. Tony Hill's touchdown has tied it at
10. Hey, see y'all down the road, Jack. If you're going to move your family, you can save a lot of money by renting a truck. Moving yourself, and you might as well rent a real truck. A Ryder. Ryder isn't famous for renting cars, beep, beep, little trailers. Ryder's famous for trucks. Road drivers will tell you that.
Okay, King of the Road. Just hold the lamp.
Hey, see y'all down the road, Jack.
Ryder, the best truck money can rent.
3 unidentified 19-inch color TV pictures, each the best of its brand. Over 1,000 people saw them and picked the one with the best overall picture. They didn't pick America's biggest seller, Zenith, or the second biggest, RCA. Over 60% picked the 19-inch Sylvania Superset. Over 60%. We're not the biggest, but a lot of people think we've got the best picture. The Sylvania Superset.
The Cowboys have tied the game at 10 on that circus play. We saw that earlier as Terry Bradshaw of the Steelers beat the Cleveland Browns with it in overtime. Horace Ivory to return the kick, but Septien will nail it from the 50-yard line after a 15-yard penalty on sportsmanlike kick conduct on the extra point try. Sometimes coaches will flirt with an onside kick in this situation.
Well, if you wanted to try one, it's certainly a good opportunity to do it, because the worst field position you end up with is around the 40-yard line, and very often a good kick from a normal shot on the 35 will get it back to the 40. So I think you'll see, yes, yeah, they're lined up ready for it. Chuck Fairbanks is one step ahead of us, Dick, down on the field. He's got 5 people up close and a couple more looking for the onside behind them.
Septien's going to drill it, and that'll just be no return. Ivory will take it right there. Touchback at the 20. Let's go back to the Dorsett to Staubach to Hill play.
Absolutely out of character for the Dallas Cowboys, but maybe that's why it works. Dorsett just pitching it back to Staubach. And I'll bet Tony Hill had 20 yards on the nearest defender. Ball hung up there a long time. Tim Fox, hustling for all he was worth, could get there just in time to bang him out of bounds. Another quick look from our end zone camera. High above, you see the ball thrown back there by Laidlaw. Right here now, zip. Look how far away he is. Ball not particularly well thrown. I think Roger was so thrilled to see him open, he may have gunned it a little short.
It wasn't until that shot I realized it was Laidlaw, not Dorsett, who made the lateral. 10-10 tie. Noisy now at Texas Stadium. And gets noisier as Cunningham stopped after a 3-yard gain by Ed Jones. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
KXAS TV 5, Fort Worth, Dallas.
Dallas 10, New England 10. A minute 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen. Texas Stadium, 65,000 sold out for this battle of 2 first-place teams, each trying to prove to the pro football world that it is the team going into the playoffs.
And they're slugging it out.
2nd and 7 for Grogan. Gets away from Cole and hits Francis. Boy, Grogan showing his power. And 3 men drag Francis down. Forward progress to the 35 and a first down. But Grogan needed that 6'4" and 210 pounds of muscle to escape that defensive charge.
That was too tall. Jones, number 72, coming around from the outside, hooked his arm, and he just pulled himself right back out of it, zipped the pass to number 81, Francis. Good job by the quarterback, and of course got him out of the hole. You never like to find yourself down in your own territory that far. You need to get out here, give yourself a little breathing room. Maybe they can get something rolling now.
For you who have joined us late, New England missed 3 field goals in the first half. 2 were blocked. Andy Johnson into a crowd of Cowboys. The corral was a little packed. And seconds tick away. That may well be the last play of the third quarter. Larry Cole, Bob Brunig in on the tackle. And that should be it for the third quarter. So we're going to go to the fourth quarter in Irving, Texas. Each team with 10 points. Fourth quarter coming up.
From Miami to Oakland, they're coming to play.
Beer makes it good. There's no debate. There you go. Beer makes it good. Yeah, all right. Schlitz makes it great.
Nobody makes it like Schlitz. Every drop chill-lagered for quality. 11 million times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz because Schlitz makes it great.
Since 1849, there's no debate. When you're out of Schlitz,
sorry, who cares? This might be the best game we ever missed.
Yeah, when you're making it beer, make it this one here. Schlitz makes it great.
Used to be when I had a job to do around the house, it was one-on-one. Me against the house. And since the house was much bigger, I usually lost. Well, I've just changed all that with my new Black & Decker Workmate. It'll hold just about anything I want to work on, from a door to a pipe to a 200-pound dresser. In fact, my Workmate is so good at helping me work, I'm giving it Sunday off.
Workmates available from about $45.
The race for the 1980 Olympics has already begun. The games in Moscow are just the last lap of a long, grueling race that's going on right now. We've got the talent, but we need your support. Because America doesn't send athletes to the Olympics, Americans do. Don't let our team get caught short. Send a contribution to U.S. Olympic Committee, Box 1980T, Cathedral Station, Boston. For $25 or more, you'll receive this Olympic tote bag. This message furnished by the U.S. Olympic Committee and NBC.
The Dean of NFL Coaches, testimony to the 35-degree temperature, talking with Staubach, ready for the fourth quarter. 10-10 tie. Grogan and the Patriots have the ball, second down and 8 at the New England 37. Grogan to throw. Man open, but couldn't find Harold Jackson at the 50. He had to hurry his throw. Pressure on. Big AMF Grand Prix of bowling for you next Saturday, along with football here on NBC from Reno. You'll see some of the top men and women, the Anthonys and Webbers and Roths, Robinson, battle for a $100,000 purse. That's 4 o'clock Eastern time next Saturday on NBC.
Pressure supplied on that last play by the two outside linebackers, Dede Lewis and Tom Henderson, who were both blitzing. As you said, he did have to unload it quickly, kept him from having a chance at that completion.
Big play, third down 8. 10-10 tie, opening the fourth quarter. Again, Jackson, same call, and he was wide open for the first down at the 50. And had not Barnes made that short tackle, Jackson had a touchdown ahead. He was isolated out there, one-on-one.
We'd like to take you down on the field again to watch Harold Jackson work some of his magic. Benny Barnes respects the speed of Jackson. He drives Barnes off, breaks to the sideline, ball's on target, and there's that very fine open field tackle you talked about, Dick. Benny Barnes knew he was by himself. He wasn't messing around out there.
That calls like a pitcher saying, hey, he won't look for the same thing. I'm going to come back fastball inside again. He's probably looking for a ball away. Jackson had Barnes thinking something else and gets the first down catch. Grogan screens it, intercepted. Harvey Martin intercepts at the 39-yard line. How do you do?
A lineman's dream, the crowd going crazy. Let's give you a close-up look at Harvey Martin on that last play. Number 79. Big defensive end. You see him accepting the congratulations of his team there. Watch Martin now. Number 70, going to try and cut him right here. Tries to get his hands down. Martin puts his hands on Leon Gray, gets back. Now watch him. One hands the ball right there. Tips it back inside, and now he says, touchdown, here I come. He's going to run like a halfback. Francis finally gets it down. One happy man on the sideline.
Dallas native. Of course, he's proud to be playing in his hometown. First down at the 39, 10-10 tie. Staubach trying to get the Cowboys in front. Wide open Pearson. Preston Pearson to the 25, and a flag is down at the 24.
I think we got a clip back there on Butch Johnson, number 86, coming back to try and help on that one. Well, that takes a nice gain away from him if it's true.
Preston Pearson, all Big Ten basketball player at Illinois, drafted a free agent by the Baltimore Colts. Those free agents work in rather nicely in the Dallas system, as you all know.
We talk about the game away from the football. Watch what happens to Roger Staubach after he gets rid of the football here. Ball is gone. Roger Staubach watching. Kapoom. He is still watching from his back. Boy, he pays a price for that position of quarterback.
Clipping 89 offense.
89 Dupree was guilty of the clip. 43-yard line. It is first down and call it 13. 10 tie.
Mark back from the spot of the foul. That's why we find the unusual yardage on that play.
Hill right. Pearson's been quiet to the left. Drew Pearson. Backs are in the pattern. That's Tony Dorsett using that spinning move of his. It's cost him a couple of fumbles, but he also makes big yardage with it. He's to the 35, where it'll be second down and about 8.
Cowboys trying to take advantage of the deep drops of these linebackers. Staubach now getting time to throw that football, puts it right on target, and Dorsett knows what to do with it. You see him spinning away from one tackle, going to try and spin from a second one. Did not get the chance. Had some tough groundwork down there on the field.
Call it second and 7 at the 36. Again to the air. Being chased. Almost threw that right to a red shirt belonging to Ray Kostick from Mississippi State. Kostick playing for the injured Steve Nelson. That's right. Nelson, the brilliant linebacker of the Patriots, has not seen duty now for a while since hurting his knee early in this half. Let's check some other late developing scores. Pittsburgh and Houston still entangled in that 3-3 tie in the Dome. Out west, Seattle apparently going to beat Cleveland and keep its playoff hopes very much alive. And of course, later tonight, Denver and Oakland will also determine just where Seattle fits into that AFC Western Division picture. Big play for Dallas, 3rd and 7. Shotgun Staubach. Good protection. Wide open is Dupree. Touchdown, Dallas. Dupree, second shot is spiking it. Cowboy fans delighted, and Dallas leads for the first time since early in the game. The 9th touchdown this year by Billy Joe Dupree.
I think Staubach had just put him to sleep and not used Dupree except for a couple of short shots, and now he's got him streaking deep. He's by himself. Even though you got a couple of guys back on him, I don't think they believed that he could run as well as he ran on that pattern.
Now the try for point by Septien. Just barely made the last one, you'll recall. Now that one's down the middle. Tony Hill was a spectator, and he liked what he saw when Dupree hauled in that touchdown pass, Merlin.
Oh, we can't blame him for that. I think the excitement of watching one of your teammates make that kind of catch, look at that. Absolutely. Puts them out in front, 17-10.
13 minutes left. The Patriots ready to take the Dallas kickoff.
The Saint is marching in. Dodge introduces the St. Regis, the full-size car of the future. Trim outside, roomy inside, luxuriously appointed, but with the efficiency of the automotive electronic age. The new St. Regis by Dodge.
That's my Dodge.
Yeah. There are lots of batteries out there making all kinds of claims, performing all kinds of demonstrations. We simply say this: the J.C. Penney battery is so powerful, it's warranted for as long as you own your car. If it ever fails to accept and hold a charge, return it with proof of purchase. We'll replace it free. And it never needs water, ever. It's the last battery your car will ever need.
Nobody offers Super Saver discount fares to so much of this land as United. United built the largest airline in the free world around you.
Septien to kick it off. Ivory deep at the other end for New England. 13 minutes left. Dallas 2, Staubach bombs here in the second half to take the lead 17-10. Ivory at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 35-yard line before he's tackled by Guy Brown, number 59, and Dennis Thurman, a rookie from USC.
We're just catching the last rays of sunlight this day, getting longer. You see it up high. Got a chill kind of hitting the air here. I'm sure the New England Patriots felt it. I think they felt it when Dupree caught that touchdown pass, and they went ahead. Dallas went ahead 17-10. But Grogan on the field now. This New England team has come back all year, Dick. They've made a habit of it. Let's see if they can do it here.
Cowboys have turned 2 turnovers into 10 points. Their first field goal in the first quarter came after a Charlie Waters interception, Martin's interception setting up the touchdown. Grogan goes back to the air. He's in trouble. Brunig, 53. Check that, Larry Cole, 63, and Harvey Martin. And Dallas now owning this football game.
Cole coming in from his left tackle position. Just would not be stopped on that one. He's a good pass rusher. It played effectively in place of Jethro Pugh today and able to get in there. You see him leaving the field now. I think they probably sent Dave Stalls in. They believe it or not, they like Stalls even more as a pass rusher than they do Larry Cole.
Stalls is a second-year man from northern Colorado. Very quick, a small but quick defensive lineman. Pittsburgh moves into a 6-3 lead at Houston, third quarter. Grogan facing second down, 21. Draws it to Ivory, breaks one tackle. Some nice running by Ivory. He was caught for a loss and turns about a 3-yard deficit into an 11-yard gain and brings up 3rd and 10. Stalls, 65, made the hit along with Randy Hughes, 42.
Give you a chance to see this one from the end zone. Watch this little draw play. Gets away right there from Randy White. White had a hold of him, unable to control him. Watch the quickness of Ivory. Just back through the middle, pulls away there from a couple of people, and had not Stalls come across from behind, he may have beaten another tackler, but out into the open.
Ivory went to Nolan High School nearby Fort Worth, Texas. And now many of his family cheering him today. 3rd and 10. Good protection. Grogan going long for Jackson. Broken up nicely by Benny Barnes, number 31. Nice play by Barnes. Charlie Waters helping out and congratulating his teammate as the Cowboy fans with a 17-10 lead cheer the defense. You know that feeling well.
Yes, I do, and they deserve that kind of applause. They've done a good job of shutting down New England. New England unable to run the ball, unable to control the ball as they did earlier in the game. That's been the significant factor of this second half. That and the resurgence of the Cowboy offense.
10 men on the line of scrimmage for Dallas. Butch Johnson, the deep man. Another short kick by Wilson. 31, Butch Johnson at the 39 and out of bounds at the 40. Wilson not getting much hit at all on his punts. From Irving, Texas, we're at 17-10. Dallas, let's go to the Pittsburgh-Houston game.
Sam Nover, Len Dawson at the Astrodome. You're looking at Dan Pastorini, the Houston Oilers quarterback, who becomes the umpteenth player in this football game to be injured today. Earl Campbell was injured early, has not returned. Lynn Swan was injured early, came back. And there's Gifford Nielsen, the Brigham Young rookie, on the sidelines. And in the event Pastorini cannot continue, Len Dawson, that is the man who will bear the brunt of the responsibility.
Well, it's a very tough situation for that young man to go into when you're down by the score of 6-3 in a game as important as this game. Houston must win this football game to keep their hopes alive.
No gain. Dallas first down carry by Scott Laidlaw. Don Meredith, who starred here with the Cowboys, had some lean times too. Dandy Don, one of the 4 in the Cowboy Hall of Fame. Well, one of his records erased today. Roger Staubach, most yardage in a single season with his throws today. He's approaching 3,000 yards passing here in 78. 2nd down 10. Staubach back to the air. screens it to Laidlaw. Sugar Bear Hamilton. And a fumble, and New England has recovered at the 45-yard line. Or have they called it dead? Oh, it's Dallas's ball. He said he was already down.
New England obviously upset, but I believe the ball did bounce out as he hit the ground on that last play. Dallas Cowboys mixing their plays well. You see them start out with the running fake here, stretching everybody. Staubach looking the play off, and then laying it back on the screen right there. Schote getting to the outside as he must do to control that. Now let's see where the fumble happens. Oh, my.
Tough to call.
Oh, my. Another look at it. Let's see if we can see where it comes out. Looked to me like the ball was loose before he hit the ground. Yes, it was. From here it was.
3rd down 5. Staubach triggering from the shotgun. First down to Preston Pearson. Oh, he's always open. Let's go back to that fumble. That could be such a critical call in this game.
Well, we can't give you another look at it right here. That's Sugar Bear Hamilton has got him. Kostick stripping at the ball right there, and the ball is loose before he hits the ground. I don't blame New England for being upset, but again, we have benefit of the slow and instant replay cameras. The official on the spot has to call it as it happened, and that's a quick call when it happens in live action. But still, the fact is the ball was fumbled.
Now Tom Landry with a 17-10 lead, and the Cowboys have all the momentum, and here comes Tony Dorsett. Oh, unable to get outside at 52. Steve King for the injured Steve Zabel, able to make the tackle. Dorsett closing in on Calvin Hill's single season rushing mark here in Dallas, just a few yards away, but he loses a couple on that play. Make it, well, no gain, they say, 2nd and 10.
A lot of pressure, Dick, on the New England defense here. As you mentioned, Steve Zabel, the linebacker, hurt. Steve Nelson, probably their most dominant player, out of the lineup. They're going with some people who haven't seen that much action in there. Steve King doing a good job for Zabel. Now Kostick is into the lineup. He has shown himself well, but they have a lot of pressure right here. Let's see if they can shut Dallas down.
Butch Johnson and Roger Staubach did not like the defensive set for the call and uses a timeout. It comes with 9 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the game. Dallas with the ball, leading 17-10.
Kodak introduces Extramax, the ultimate can-do camera.
The new Kodak Extramax camera. Its fast lens and 400-speed film can take pictures without a flash. In light as low as this, and even this. And when there's no light, the Extramax camera has a built-in electronic flash. Extramax, the ultimate can-do camera from Kodak.
Extra, extra. Read all about me. New Mobile Super Unleaded Gasoline.
Boy, oh boy.
Well, I got higher octane.
It's in all the papers, boss.
I mean, I fight NOx. I fight pink. And I'm so great, I'm also replacing Mobile Premium. Paper, sir? Extra, extra. Read all about me.
Mobile Super Unleaded Gasoline.
Where's my husband?
Sally Struthers, searching for her husband in post-war Vietnam, finds a love she never intended. My Husband is Missing, Tuesday on NBC.
Former Navy star, Heisman winner, 63. Roger Staubach looks at 2nd down 10 from the New England 46. Sends his backs in the pattern. Has to eat the ball at the 45-yard line. New England logging its 2nd sack of the game, 34th for the year, as 71. Sugar Bear Hamilton shot through.
Last week, the Patriots got 8 sacks. Tony McGee, number 78, got 4 of them. But on that play, Sugar Bear Hamilton showing you why he's so highly regarded as a noseman. Looked like Fitzgerald had him blocked out of there. They had a couple of other people waiting to help. Sugar Bear just turned it on, got in, got a piece of Staubach, would not let go, sacked him. Now we'll see the shotgun. Let's see if they can handle it with their contained defense. They're going to have 4 defensive linemen in the game now. 4-man rush on Staubach.
3rd and 19 from the Dallas 45. Preston Pearson, 26, was the man you saw in motion. They're going to screen it to him. He's at the 50, the 45, and short of the first down. Dropped at the 45. So Dallas going to have to give up the football. Punter Danny White, and the kicking team comes in. New England with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game, a touchdown behind.
One of the things the Cowboys do to you, Dick, they throw so much offense and so much defense at you that in preparation for a team like this, you spend a great deal of your time just figuring out what it is they do. They throw perhaps as many as 24, 25 formations at you. They absolutely frustrate a defensive preparation because you have to go through recognition for hours and hours and hours so you know what set they're in.
Mike Haynes is deep. Fair catch at the 11-yard line. In fact, Calvin Hill told us, talked with Calvin when he just joined the Cleveland Browns earlier this year, 3 days before a game. He said, heck, I can learn any offense after going through that Dallas system. Timeout here at Texas Stadium, 17-10 Cowboys. Plenty of time left.
Want to see my radio? Okay. Where is it? Right here. But where's the radio? The radio's inside. See? Here's how you turn it on. It runs on a battery. He's cute and soft, too. Yeah.
9-volt battery not included. Petable portable radios. There's a brown spaniel, white terrier, black poodle, Pekingese, raccoon, and country mouse. Each radio animal sold separately at Radio Shack.
40 years ago, these four-wheel drive Dodge trucks helped America do a really tough job. This year, the Dodge four-wheel drive Power Wagons will do more tough jobs than ever with standard full-time four-wheel drive that costs extra on Ford and Chevy. And the W150 has the lowest price of any short wheelbase four-wheel drive pickup built in America. Dodge Power Wagons doing America's toughest jobs for more than 40 years.
Dodge is into trucking like America's into jeans.
Hey, that's my Dodge.
Bowling's top men and women pros go head-to-head in the prestigious $100,000 AMF Grand Prix of Bowling. Live from Reno, Nevada, next Saturday on NBC.
The New England Patriots, who controlled the first half but led only 10-3 at halftime, losing 3 field goal tries and a touchdown call back by penalty, find themselves outplayed by Dallas in the second half at 17-10. The give is to Sam Cunningham, who has a 52-yard touchdown run. It's good for about 4, 2nd and 6. Merlin?
Tom Landry obviously happy. There's another man who's happy. The man in the hat, Bob McKay, in his 9th year out of Texas. He and his wife, Donna, announced 2 days ago the birth of a baby boy, their first, Joshua Charles. While we're making that kind of announcement, Keith Martin, one of our NBC electronic maintenance experts, having a birthday. Happy birthday down there, Keith.
Gotta keep those spark chasers happy.
That's right. He's keeping us on the air. We'll keep him happy, too.
2nd down 6. Ivory gets the call. Horace Ivory out to the 20-yard line. Appears to be shy of a first down by about a yard. Randy White trailing the play made the tackle. Pacing Tom Landry along the far sidelines. His team in front 17-10. Just under 7 minutes left.
76, Larry Bethea, the #1 draft pick of the Giants, into the ball game. Harvey Martin apparently hobbled a little bit by that injury. We just got word that Dan Pastorini has suffered a possible fractured rib and probably will not return to action in that Pittsburgh-Houston game. That's a blow to the Houston team, although Gifford Nielsen, fine young rookie, has apparently gone in to fill Pastorini's shoes if he can.
Boy, they just beat the 30-second clock, and that's Cunningham outside. Uses the straight arm to get a first down at the 24. He showed his tremendous speed despite his bulk and his 52-yard touchdown run, outrunning Charlie Waters for the score, and almost got around all those white shirts that time. Brunig and Harris in on the tackle. First down. Clock stopped. Out of bounds play. 6:21 left. Patriots linebacker Steve Nelson, x-rayed, extended injury, undetermined. He will not play anymore today, however. 83 yards for Cunningham, who leads all rushers in the game.
Carlos Pennywell, number 88, in the ball game for Stanley Morgan. I wonder if Stanley is suffering some kind of injury, Dick. We'll keep an eye on it.
They worked on his ankle earlier in this quarter. Out to Jackson. Oh, what timing on that pass. The ball was more than 80% of the way there before Jackson even turned his head, and he looked, and it was right at his face.
A quality reception, a quality throw. You see the two coaches echoing their feelings on the sideline. This game still very much in doubt. You can go either way. 7-point lead on these Patriots. Not a great deal. They're an explosive team. They know how to come from behind. The Cowboys know that. They're trying to control him defensively right now.
First down. Cunningham up the middle, shy of the 40-yard line. Brunig from his middle linebacker spot stacked it up. Bob Brunig, 53, only the third starting middle linebacker regular in Dallas history, following Jerry Tubbs, his linebacker coach now, and the great Leroy Jordan. Well, that's some lineage.
And he's learning very rapidly. That's a tough position to play, a very, very complicated position to learn. He's got so many keys, so many reactions that he must make. They say he's progressing very rapidly, has better speed than Leroy did, and apparently is to a point where he's playing the run extremely well.
That was Ed Jones, a little equipment repair on the sidelines. Grogan scrambling. 35, 40. Ooh, is he hit. Fumbles out of bounds at the 43. And some of the New England Patriot coaches, and look at Chuck Fairbanks. I've never seen him so demonstrative as he really jaws with the official.
I don't blame him. You wrap up a lot of timing and a lot of confidence in your quarterback. You don't want to see him cheap shotted out of a game. You don't want to see him out of it at all. Maybe we can get a chance to see why Chuck Fairbanks was so upset. There is no flag on the play, and I guess we hadn't better say cheap shot unless we see one. That's unfair. Let's watch Grogan. Obviously going down, hit right there. Now he's angry. There's a hook right there. D.D. Lewis coming up from the backside.
56 Henderson is the man who came in with a forearm across the helmet, and that's what Fairbanks
Fairbanks was angry about. Yep.
43-yard line. It's a big 3rd and 3 for the Patriots, trailing by 7. 5 minutes left. And Grogan will throw for it. Johnson can't catch the ball. It was too low, and the Patriots will have to kick it away. Let's look at Thomas Henderson again on that call where Fairbanks thought there was a penalty or should have been one called. 56 is Henderson. Watch him come with a right forearm across the helmet.
Oh, yes, right there. That's what he saw. Yes, you see him whipping that forearm, taking the head of Steve Grogan. I don't blame him for being upset. The official, I think, screened from that play. I think if he had seen it as we saw it from here, probably would have thrown a flag on it.
No question. That was 15 yards. 10-man rush. Johnson back at the 15. Gerald Wilson looking for a good kick, and it's another low kick. But he's going to get a good bounce. Too good. First down for Dallas at the 20. 4:57 left in the game here at Irving, Texas. Let's check on Pittsburgh and Houston at the Astrodome.
Jack Lambert has just intercepted Dan Pastorini, the 3rd Pittsburgh interception today. Pastorini, having suffered badly bruised ribs on the last series, returned to the lineup for this series. And on 2nd down, threw a pass that was intercepted by Jack Lambert. And the Steelers, Len Dawson, have it in excellent field position.
Well, they're going to question whether he should have come back in the football game with rib problems, because that's the worst thing that a quarterback can have. Every time you breathe, it's going to hurt. And you can see 58, Lambert's in position. He wants to lateral the ball right here to a defensive back, but he finds out it's another one. Jack Graham
back live. Bradshaw trying to get the ball to Stallworth, and Stebrick knocked it away. This has been an incredibly rough football game today. Not only Pastorini, but Mike Barber, Mike Renfro for Houston, and Earl Campbell have been injured. The Steelers had to play a long time without Lynn Swann. 6-3 Pittsburgh here in the 4th quarter.
Our thanks to Sam Nover and Lenny Dawson down the Astrodome. That sounds like a war going on between.
It's a real battle. 2 very physical teams, and obviously a great deal at stake in the Astrodome today.
Here, 4:57 left in the game. Dallas with the ball leading 17-10. They're going to try to run out the clock. That's Dorsett getting only 1 at the 21. And you know what New England's thinking. Stop them and maybe force a turnover. Hollywood, Thomas Henderson. He doesn't like the fact that Harold Jackson also has a nickname, Hollywood, coming, of course, from Los Angeles to the Patriots. I think there's no question Henderson's the real Hollywood in the meaning that he wants it to be presented.
The Washington Redskins last week said he's not Hollywood, he's a hot dog. But Henderson said, well, you guys are turkeys and the feathers are all over the field. So not creating goodwill between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins.
2nd down, 9. Clock running, 4:18 left in the game. Staubach, play action. Rolling. Wide open. Dupree. First down at the 38-yard line. 52, Steve King made the tackle, and the clock continues to run. Exactly 4 minutes left in the game, and Dallas has another 4 downs. And they'll use as much of that 30 seconds between plays as they can.
Drew Pearson coming up with another big play. Interesting, or not Drew Pearson, Billy Joe Dupree. Thinking about Drew Pearson, we haven't seen him catch the football today. He's got a 58-game streak. Unless he catches one in the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds, he's going to lose that, Dick.
I'm sure Staubach, once he feels the game's in control, might even get him one, even if it's a little short one. Scott Laidlaw. And a flag is down as Laidlaw drops at the 48-yard line. It appeared to be a face mask penalty against New England, or we might have a hold, too.
I'm afraid I didn't see that one. We'll get to the official. Yeah, face mask goes against New England. Give you a chance to see the penalty in person. Right here, Laidlaw up the middle. Gets room to run. Sugar Bear Hamilton reaches across, grabs what he can get a hold of. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to grab that face mask. That'll add 5 yards to the end of that run. They've got to be looking at that clock. They've got to be looking up and saying 3 minutes and 24 seconds. The last thing in the world we can afford defensively is to let them move the ball down the field. Let them control the football. If they're going to win this game, Dick, that defense has got to go to work and take it away from the Cowboys in the next series.
Certainly can't afford a field goal. That would make it much too tough. 17-10 Dallas. It's been 2 different halves. New England first half, Dallas has owned the second half, and Dorsett crammed in his own backfield at the 48. May have lost a yard. Hunt and Lunsford with a stop.
Looking back at the change at halftime, we'd certainly have to say that the Cowboys have done a better job of adjusting, and very often that's the case. A team that's doing well has to go in and say, well, we'll try and continue to do what we're doing. The team that's behind very often, if they're not behind very far, can make the kind of adjustments, hopefully, that will shut a team down. Dallas has shut down the running game very effectively in this second half. That's been the difference. New England unable to generate their offense.
And Staubach with those statistics, 2 long passes, 40 yards to Hill, 36 yards to Dupree, and he looks as if he wants to go long again down the middle. Almost intercepted by the Patriots on the deflection. Tony Hill climbing high, couldn't corral it for Dallas, and that'll bring up 3rd down and a long 10.
The most dangerous kind of a play action pass. Staubach's back actually has Hill open momentarily, but watch what happens, Hill. Here, the ball goes off Hill's hands and hangs. Now, defensive backs can cover a lot of yardage while that ball's in the air. They're very lucky that that was not intercepted.
Raymond Claiborne gets that one on the dead run going the other way. It's trouble. 3rd and 10.5. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. 2:37 left. Staubach with 2,999 yards passing this year. A new Dallas record. And he goes for more. Incomplete. Claiborne, the nearest athlete, looked as if he wanted to hit Hill, well covered. So, in essence, the Cowboys helped the Patriots a bit. 2 incomplete passes to stop the clock, and with 2:33 left, out of field goal range, in comes Danny White to punt the ball.
Obviously, kick it for the sideline, hope to pin them down deep and force them to go as far as they can in this last 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Saw Drew Pearson going off the field, as we mentioned. Unless the Cowboys get a chance at it here later in the game, his 58-game reception streak may have gone by the boards.
Haynes, the deep man, he's averaged around 13 yards a punt return in his 3-year career. That one might go into the end zone. No, he's going to catch it at the 6.
Got to try and make the big play. Woo, yeah.
Stays on his feet, gets some blocks to the 20. Oh, look, he's still on his feet at the 30. And all the way out to the 40, fumbles the ball, but I believe he was down. No, they say the ball was still alive, and Dallas has it. Oh, I thought he was down. Thomas Henderson made the hit.
Well, who's making the signal? I know the Dallas players have signaled it, but did the official signal it, Dick?
Well, they haven't signaled the ball down. They're looking to see who has it underneath that pile, and it's a wrestling match, and Dallas says, we've got it. Boy, this is like waiting for that final vote to be counted.
I'll bet Ace and the boys at the embassy are concerned about this one as we are.
Well, I'd like to see that one again. It appeared that he fumbled when he hit the ground with the naked eye, but let's see what the replay shows.
Well, that's a tragic turnaround for the New England Patriots. Just a super play. Haynes taking a chance here, knows they need a big play, does a good job. That's 1 tackler, 2 tacklers, out of the grass, up the sideline, 3 tacklers. Jumps over another one right there. Now watch, let's see if he does fumble before or after he hits the ground. There's the hit. Ball is out.
That's right.
Good call by the official.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now there's a case where we were screened from our position. It appeared he had the ball when he went down, but obviously it fumbled.
It looked like someone from New England had the ball first. Now watch the ball stripped loose. Here's the shot right here. Ball is down. Ball is loose. It looked to me like someone, 2 New England guys, had a chance at it right here. There's one right there. The ball bouncing up. Haynes himself sees it. But apparently it's the Cowboys who recover it. What a big break for them.
Indeed it was, but it was a good solid hit that did it. Now another fumble, and who's got it this time? And it goes to the Cowboys. Well, that's when you're going good. That ball went out of Laidlaw's hands right into Hunt's, and Hunt just shoveled it right back to Laidlaw. Unbelievable. As we come to the 2-minute warning, let's see that one again.
Would have been a great opportunity. Laidlaw just dropped the ball, never did get it. Hunt had a hold of it, unable to get control of it. Just not New England's day, Dick.
2 minutes left, 17-10 Cowboys.
Kathy, what are you doing in the dark?
Waiting for Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
I wonder what he'll bring me.
Well, have you been a good little girl?
Person. Good little person.
Hey, person. Merry Christmas.
Oh, I was dreaming.
Make a dream come true this Christmas from Christmas Dreams Diamond Collection 79.
Life is for living, and Visa is there.
Antique treasures, touring pleasures, bright fabric by the yard, magic castles, Moorish castles, teasing the guard. Camp wagons, fierce dragons, aloha or goodbye, fettuccine, sukiyaki, ice cream and apple pie, Spanish dancers, Arctic prancers, your own place in the sun.
Visa is the most widely recognized card in the world. Visa, we're keeping up with you.
NBC mighty proud to be presenting the Fiesta Bowl on Christmas Day. You're going to see some great runners for Arkansas, Cowens and Eckwood, and for the Bruins of UCLA, Brown and Owens. 3:30 Eastern Time from Tempe, Arizona, Arkansas, UCLA, the Fiesta Bowl. Here with 2 minutes left, New England has its 3 timeouts left. 2nd down, 11. Dallas after recovering its own fumble. That's Dorsett out on a wing left. And a reverse. No, Staubach keeps the ball, cuts back inside, and pays the price at the 37.
Ooh. Staubach looked like he was having trouble hanging on to that football. An interesting call as they're trying to confuse that defense again, force them to think it was a reverse play. Here's a chance to see it as the defensive backs would see it. They take the misdirection, and it's Staubach all alone out there? No. Ray Kostick out with him, number 55. Watch Staubach have to fight to hang on to that football right there. That's Choate, number 56. It really put his head into that ball, almost knocked it loose.
New England, after waiting 10 seconds, exercises a timeout. 1:42 left. It's 3rd and 7, and we'll be right back.
It's a big, shiny machine. Dodge makes it. One of 28 pickup truck models for 1979, including roomy club cabs, even roomier crew cabs, and 4-wheel drive power wagons that have an urge to play. Dodge makes pickups that help build houses and carry houses, and sometimes Dodge makes the day.
Dodge is into trucking, like America's into jeans.
That's my dog.
And that's my Dodge.
I was a secret money worrier until Connecticut General showed me how to reach financial independence in my lifetime. CG certainly came through for me.
Coming through for you. That's what CG people do.
My successful business became more successful after Connecticut General helped me work out a cash flow strategy. CG sure came through for me.
Coming through for you. That's what CG people do.
Call us. We'll come through for you, too.
That's another incredible week of National Football League action, and some of the playoff picture will be clarified a bit by today's results, so stay with us. Sperry NFL Report, scores, highlights, standings. Right now 17-10 here in Irving, Texas, and out of the shotgun Staubach, third down, long 7 from the 37. That's Preston Pearson in motion. Keep your eye on him. No, give it off to Dorsett. Sweeping to his right. Oh, did he take a pot before going out of bounds at the 35-yard line? Dallas certainly didn't want Dorsett to do that. He's shy of the first down, and he stops the clock with 1:35 remaining. He's just set a new Dallas record with that run, breaking Calvin Hill's mark set in 1973 of 1,142 yards. But for Tom Landry, he would much rather he'd lost a couple of yards and stayed in bounds and forced New England to spend a timeout.
Danny White coming onto the field will be kicking for the far coffin corner, trying to get as much yardage between the New England Patriots and that goal line as he possibly can. Patriots have 2 timeouts left. They used one to stop the clock in that last Cowboys series. And of course, they're hoping that they can put a little pressure on this punt. In fact, looks to me like no one is back to receive. They're probably going to try and block it right here.
Haynes is only 10 yards downfield. Good snap. And looks as if New England's going to start deep in their own end. 1-yard line. Can't be any tougher than that. 99 yards away from a tie of the New England Patriots. So Dallas has played a superb second half. They've done just about everything right, just as a defending Super Bowl champion might be expected to do.
Looking back at this game as you watch, that's the special teams coach. We just saw him on the sideline, Mike Ditka. Of course, that's Danny White, the kicker. Did a great job. 3 of the biggest plays in this game have to be the 2 block kicks early in the game. And of course, that punt right there that puts 98 yards between Steve Grogan and his offensive unit and the other goal line. How much tougher can it be? I'm sure Chuck Fairbanks, look at him, they're huddling almost out of the end zone.
It's a feisty band of red shirts, however, these Patriots. 17-10, 1:25 left for Grogan. He needs some big plays, obviously. Throws that one away. Francis was covered by Waters. Jackson had Lyle right on him. Great coverage by the Cowboys, and they still generate with that front 4 such a good pass rush. Let's check the standings now as we approach the final seconds. In the East, should New England lose, they would be 10-4, and Miami 1 game back, 2 games to go, and Miami and New England meet in the final week of the season. NFC East, Dallas has already heard that Philadelphia has lost, Washington has lost, so it'd be a big win for the Cowboys. They'd assure themselves a playoff spot, not necessarily the championship yet.
Well, they win their divisional championship, Dick, because of the losses. If they win here today, they can sew it up.
Grogan. Uh-oh. Should have been intercepted. Thomas Henderson had it right in his hands. Grogan missed a man open short and threw it right into a crowd for Russ Francis.
3rd and 10. Steve Grogan, you see him running to buy himself a little time here. I don't know why he's bothering to fake a pass. We all know that he's got to throw the football. That's Randy White putting the pressure on him. Watch Henderson. Ball right in his hands. Just let it slip through. It looked like that's Randy. Who was it? Charlie Waters just unloading on Russ Francis. And Henderson comes up. He said, "Why did I miss that football?" Hollywood liked he'd like to have had that one, wouldn't he, Dick?
Well, he had a touchdown. He wants to perform that crossbar slam dunk.
Yeah, he wants to go up over the top with it. Big play.
3rd and 10. Well, they'll go for it on 4th down, too, now. Time running out. Grogan needs a gainer. Francis, too far. And now it's 4th and 10 from the 2. Clock shows 1 minute 8 seconds left. Grogan unable to connect. Well, here comes the punting team on for New England.
Well, 1 minute and 8. Don't be so sure they're going to punt the football, but they don't have a lot of room to operate down there. They sure don't. It's got to be frustrating for the Patriots, who played so well in that first half, who had really 2 field goals blocked at 6 points. The touchdown negated by a penalty. And obviously lost those points.
Missed another field goal after they lost the touchdown.
Another field goal after that. A lot of points in this game that could have been in their pocket. They got to look at that scoreboard and know that they've played well enough to win, but still looks like they're going to go out of here with a loss.
Yeah, they can only hope for a fumble now. Butch Johnson gets it at the 44 of New England. He's at the 40 and down at the 33. 57 seconds remaining, and Dallas in control. The executive producer of NBC's NFL Football is Don Ohlmeyer. Today's telecast produced by Michael Weissman, directed by Ken Fouts. Our thanks to technical director Horace Ruiz and associate director Richard Klein. Here in the booth to Jack Prote and Bruce Jolish, Ted Davis and Doug Adams, our player identification. Well, they established the ground game in the first half, but have not been able to run against Dallas in the second half, and that's a key part of this game.
That's been the key to it, because they were not able to get the kind of offensive horsepower that they had in the first half. And we are clarified on the fact, Dick, that if Dallas does win, because of the losses by Philadelphia and Washington, they do clinch the NFC East. They, of course, will have their playoff situation well in hand.
Staubach sits on the ball at the 35-yard line, and New England will call timeout, but they don't have enough left to really stop Dallas. So with the score 17-10, Dallas over New England, let's see how Houston and Pittsburgh are doing.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have just taken a 12-3 lead over Houston as Terry Bradshaw has thrown a 5-yard touchdown pass to John Stallworth. With Len Dawson, Sam Nover with the action.
It's been tough going, Sam, all afternoon. This is the first touchdown that we have seen. Pittsburgh has been down there before, coming away with 2 field goals. But Stallworth is a man who came up with a brilliant catch earlier to keep this drive alive, coming up with the 6 points that they need right now.
Well, the Oiler defense has played brilliantly all day. They've kept the offense in the game. Of course, the offense lost Earl Campbell early. They lost Mike Barber for a while. They lost Renfro. They lost Pastorini, but he still came back despite a rib injury. However, the Steelers now, with only 3:45 to play in regulation time, have taken a 13-3 lead in this tremendously important Central Division game.
Well, it's really important to both ball clubs because of the playoffs.
And that playoff picture will be clarified as, again, Staubach sits on it. Time called, 50 seconds left, but that is the last New England timeout. Now, Staubach can just do the same, and it appears unlikely that Chuck Fairbanks' Patriots can do a thing about it. Well, Dallas, you say the breaks go your way in some games, Merlin Olsen, but somehow those experienced teams, the defending champions, seem to come up with more of the breaks than those who are trying to catch them. But for Chuck Fairbanks in New England, they showed in the first half they can move the ball against the Dallas defense. And who's to say, had they even kicked those 3 field goals, it would be 19-17, and maybe would have been a different story in the second half. Dallas had to go into the locker room with hope after the first half.
I talked to Chuck Fairbanks before the game, and I said, Chuck, how important is this game to you? He said, well, the most important thing is that we play well, He said, the final score is not so important as what we do on the field today. He can't be that disappointed in the performance of his troops. Certainly there are things he would like to have seen them do better, like to have seen them run the ball better in the second half. Would not like to have seen those breakdowns. But a lot of those breakdowns were great plays on the part of the Dallas team. The block by Martin, or Too Tall Jones early. How can you figure a thing like that? Dallas obviously sitting on the ball again. The clock will have to run this time. We'll run down almost to 10 seconds with the 30-second clock. But he said, again, he said, I want my team to play well. They need to find out how good they are. I don't think they're disappointed. Their fans are disappointed. Certainly they'd like to go home with a victory in their pocket. But they know they can go head-to-head with the Dallas Cowboys, defending Super Bowl champions, and they may have the chance. They may have the chance later on.
Indeed. Now, that Eastern Division wild card is going to be interesting, isn't it? Because this makes New England 10-4, Miami 9-5, the Jets 8-6, and Houston apparently will be 9-5.
What a tangle! What a tangle! They'll fall on it again. This will run the clock out. The Dallas Cowboys.
No, it won't run the clock out. As soon as he's touched, that's change of possession, and New England has the ball. So they have 6 seconds left.
Oh, my. Well, we've seen bigger miracles, haven't we?
That's right. We might see that alley-oop and bat the ball around play.
Yes, we surely might. The Dallas Cowboys, though, have played extremely well in the last 3.5 weeks. They traced the turnaround for them to the midpoint of their loss against the Miami Dolphins. Since that time, they have put a tremendous number of points on their board. Their defense is playing much more aggressively. They appear to be peaking at just the right time heading into the playoffs.
Indeed, this would be their 4th consecutive win. Well, it just haul back and throw it as far as you can for Grogan and hope that someone with a red shirt will wind up with it. Francis is down there, but it's a white shirt that gets it, or at least knocks it down. The Cowboys have won the Eastern Division of the National Football Conference, and they beat a mighty fine New England team today. Dallas 17, New England 10. Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen and